Welcome to Monday Night Meat and Potatoes, the podcast where three guys with big opinions and even bigger appetites go head-to-head on all things food, movies, sports, and whatever else gets us fired up. We blind taste test the best and worst colas, barbecue sauces, peanut butters, and those weird pickle-flavored snacks you see at the store but never dare to try. We rank them, we review them, and sometimes even surprise ourselves. Because trust us, we did not expect Casey Masterpiece to take the crown. It's not just food. We're talking movies, sports, personal stories, and whatever madness is going on in the world. One thing's for damn sure. We're loud, we're funny, and we're not afraid to tell it like it is. Monday Night Meat and Potatoes. Now, here are your hosts, James, Fridge, and Tommy.
Hi.
What's going on, boys?
Hello.
Hello.
We're joined this week on Monday Night Meat and Potato. I feel like I'm doing this for the first time again.
I know.
Sorry about the week and a half or 9-week break or whatever the hell it's been. I had a tooth pulled. Tommy was sick.
Yeah.
Fridge didn't care enough to come over and do it on his own. So, anyway, we have a Goggins in the house. One of the Gogginses. Dan is with us today. Dan, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, where you're from, what underwear you're wearing.
No, I'm going to pass
If
on
any.
the underwear.
He's not wearing any. That's why.
That's why.
That's fine.
I'm Dan. I am 42. I like Kenny G and slow walks on the beach. Not that kind of profile.
You can do whatever you want. It's your guest host spot. But do you like Kenny G solo better than when he was with Wham?
Actually, yeah, solo.
Okay.
The soprano sax has got something to it.
I mean, it's great, but build me up before you go.
Now I'm going to pass.
Okay.
You know who he reminded me of? In the movie Bedazzled, Brendan Fraser. Brendan Fraser in the movie Bedazzled when he wanted to be sensitive.
I've never seen Bedazzled.
Yeah.
Although I do feel like Dan, you're changing your voice already. You're
Am
sounding like you're a nice boy, which
I am a nice boy.
his voice is different now than 5 minutes ago. Am I wrong?
Yes.
I hate the sound of my voice on a microphone.
Well, you can take your headset.
This is his customer
off.
service voice.
Exactly. Exactly what it is. All right. So, I was dealing with a tooth abscess. That was super fun. I broke a tooth eating soft food.
I broke 2 teeth eating ice cream. So
So you get it.
Yeah.
That was my first ever dental appointment in 20 years because I'm deathly afraid of the dentist. And they go, hey, we're going to numb up your mouth. You're not going to feel a thing. They're fucking liars. On top of that, I went to this place because they do sedation dentistry. And they're like, we can do laughing gas. It's totally fine. You'll be fine. They put it on. They're like, we're going to let this go for a few minutes. Do you feel anything? You'll feel tingling or in your head or your fingers. I'm like, I don't feel anything. They cranked it up to their legal limit. And I went, I don't feel a fucking thing. So then the dentist comes in and just starts shooting Novocaine or whatever the fuck it is into my gums, which I felt every bit of. And then she goes right to work, digging my tooth out. And she goes, if you feel pain, raise your left hand and we'll stop. So as soon as she starts hitting my tooth, my root, and I go, and she stops and she goes, we'll numb you up more. 5 more minutes go by, goes back to the tooth, feel the pain. And so she went, we're at the limit of everything. You're going to have to grin and bear it. I'm like, fuck. And I felt every bit of it as she mounted me and put her weight into my tooth.
I feel that you have a high tolerance of things.
I do.
You're a spicy lover. That obviously that's a pain thing that will dull your senses to it. So I just think that you are broken.
I probably am. It sucked. I confide in myself that I don't want to go to the dentist for another 20 years, but I don't want to deal with another tooth being pulled like that. So
I'm pretty handy with the Dremel.
I have seen your aftermath of doing your own dentistry work, and we're not going to go there.
Dremel and a screwdriver, baby.
But you know what? So we're going to kick right off to this week's episode. In the past, we've talked about having relations with foods. So we're going to talk about the sexiest foods here. Or in this case, the sexiest fruits. So I got a slideshow for you guys. Why is it
always with putting male genitalia into fruits? This is probably the third episode now that we've talked about this.
It's just what it is. But here,
It's 4 minutes. 4 minutes. It's already jumping into it.
I know.
I'm gonna get you guys until you come back to me with a review of this is the best fruit I had sex with this week. I'm gonna continue to bring it up. So here we have a grapefruit. Is this central to you guys? Does this turn you on? Does it do
No,
anything?
I think
it's smaller.
James has got some issues.
That's just the smallest grapefruit that I've ever seen. So I'm just not gonna. No,
Not for you.
no.
It makes your junk feel huge though.
Yes.
Which I guess your wife would too.
Oh.
So wait, would that be
Well, I mean,
cut in
she's a
half?
small
She
woman.
got tiny hands.
Yeah. She's what, like 4'10"?
9.
4'9". Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, everything feels huge around your wife.
It does.
So if that one's not doing it, how about this one? You know, it's kiss prints on a banana.
Not for me.
It's phallic and it's been kissed.
Why are there only kiss prints on it?
Have you never had a woman kiss your pee-pee?
Yes,
It's sensual. It's sexy.
but no.
It's what you do
Yeah, but it's
before.
preferred.
But,
Do more.
but then banana does nothing.
It's
Yeah.
foreplay. Well, the banana's not supposed to, but the idea of your banana getting kissed is. Okay, fine. How about a papaya?
No,
It
that
looks like it
looks
has
like it's
bugs.
disease.
You guys don't like any of these?
no.
No,
I don't think you're gonna win.
Okay. How about this?
no, diseased.
Do you know?
I mean, it reminds me of the movie Teeth.
Is that not one of
That,
those?
that face crawler's an alien, or
It
whatever.
looks like a squash to me.
It looks like a durian.
Okay. How about a cantaloupe?
Do we know what the durian smells like?
Yeah, I've had one. It's illegal to carry on an airplane, actually.
Correct.
A nice little cantaloupe. Melon.
no,
None of this is doing. How about the orange clitoris?
no, this is just issues you have.
Okay. Well, let's get to the actual icebreaker. I was just fucking with you guys anyway. I want to talk about food crimes.
Okay.
And this is inspired by one of our own, Fridge. Fridge has told me in the past, and he has brought it up in the past, that he will put ketchup on his pierogies.
Put ketchup on.
I think that is a food crime. And so I went through some lists in my head. I have some here.
Okay.
Ketchup happens to be in a few of these, and maybe ketchup in and of itself is just a food crime to some people. But ketchup on pierogies is just fucking wrong.
ketchup on mashed potatoes,
Mashed potatoes, wrong.
mac and cheese.
Gravy, sour cream, butter. Why would you put ketchup on them?
Ketchup on turkey.
Wait.
Did you?
Okay, I put ketchup on everything, but back up. You say ketchup on mashed potatoes?
Yeah.
It's wrong.
No.
So I also have ketchup on mac and cheese. I do that. I've done that since I was a kid.
No.
Kraft mac and cheese. You throw a little ketchup and some chopped up hot dogs in
It's
it.
definitely a Canadian thing.
I think-
Canadian Midwest.
Yeah, so you have ketchup flavored potato chips, which are actually phenomenal, by the way.
Delicious.
They don't taste like ketchup out of a bottle. They just have that like kind of tomatoey, pasty type taste. I have one that got brought up in my past when TJ used to live with me, who was supposed to be on this week, but he fucking canceled.
He sucks.
But he yelled at me one time because I made a ham, egg, and cheese breakfast sandwich, and I dipped it in ketchup. I dip
Awesome.
my breakfast sandwiches in ketchup.
Nothing wrong
Yes.
with that.
Nothing.
I prefer sausage when it's dipping in ketchup, but I had no problem with it.
Even when I go to like McDonald's and I get a sausage McMuffin, I'll dip it in ketchup.
Yeah,
Grape jelly.
grape jelly's a good one too. You get that savory sweet.
Yep.
I dip my steak bagel sandwiches in ketchup. I don't
Oh,
care.
No.
Try it. Just try it.
No.
You know
Extra breakfast sauce.
what? I do that too, though. I do extra onions, extra breakfast sauce, and still dip it in ketchup. It's a very small, like I'm telling you, one pack of ketchup for the entire sandwich. It's so
Okay,
light.
when I think of dip, I think of
It's
sub-
a
dunk.
very subtle amount.
Yeah,
It's
you
just
think
to
it
add-
dunk,
Like a
not dip.
man dip.
So that steak sandwich is very savory, and it just adds that little bit of tanginess that I like in the back end. It's not overwhelming by any means. But for someone that dips pierogies in ketchup and you're gonna diss me for that one,
I've only had pierogies one time, so
what is
In all of the meals ever consumed,
all right?
one time.
yes.
So
Jesus, Tommy.
is
And
anyone
Becca's Polish.
is everyone
That's
okay
a
with
crime.
pierogies being our next review? Because we have a pierogi shop up the road, a mile and a half from here.
Delicious.
And we can do like 6 to 10 kinds of pierogies. We'll get a half dozen of each, and they're one of my favorite fucking foods.
Oh, Becca
It's
will be
its own
all
food
over
group.
that. Even if she's not a guest, she'll want to be here just to eat them.
So
She's like, you never want pierogies. I always want pierogies and not
No,
Polish.
specifically, is it just pierogies or is it the infatuation with the dumpling? So is it an Asian dumpling or
I love
pot
myself a good
stickers enough
Asian
like
pot
that.
sticker, but
I
I
love
Right.
pot stickers.
but I don't like wonton soup and I don't like chicken and dumpling soup. So
So I like chicken.
And I
maybe
like
I
that.
maybe I don't like the boiled dumpling. I like a fried dumpling.
Okay.
I think that's where it's going for me. Sticking with the breakfast food crimes, I got a lot of shit and it actually came up on my Facebook memories recently. I put syrup on my hash browns.
Add Frank's Red Hot to that.
So I do put hot sauce on my hash browns or my breakfast meals in general, but it's not Frank's.
It's usually ketchup with me. Same.
I'm using a Tapatio or Sriracha. Not a huge Frank's fan.
No.
But yeah, ketchup on hash browns is not a crime to me.
No.
But syrup, I've gotten a lot of shit about that. That's weird. They're like, but then everyone goes, well, I ask them if syrup touches your hash browns, are you not eating that part? And they go, no, I still eat it. Okay. So what's the big fucking deal?
You intentionally violate them.
So anyways, that brings up my question is, what are some food crimes you're guilty of or that you've seen people around you do?
I have friends that put mayonnaise on everything.
Are they-
French fries.
Are they Canadian?
No.
Mayo on French fries is not bad. I used to do it.
German. Filipino.
So, Filipino, a lot of Asian communities have a lot of mayo-based sauces and dips, so I don't see that as weird. Have you ever dipped your French fries in mayo?
I don't like it.
Yes.
I don't like it.
I don't mind it, and especially if you mix the mayo with some malt vinegar, it's really good.
Now, see, I see this as a food crime, but it's because I don't like it. I don't understand the ranch on pizza.
You don't understand ranch in general.
I'll do
That's why I.
ranch on like a cheese bread, but not on my actual. The ranch and sauce just doesn't.
I don't get it, and I don't get like I said, I don't get the whole ranch thing in general. But everyone in my family, even
But we
Becca,
like bacon, so it's okay.
I think so. When I do stifle down my vomit and eat pizza, ranch on pizza makes it better.
I don't get it.
It depends on the kind of ranch.
It definitely does.
Definitely does.
I hear Jet's Pizza's got the best ranch.
it does.
Which is
Hands
just
down.
Hidden Valley Ranch packets made with buttermilk.
Yeah.
And then I also hear that Big Boys has good ranch.
I don't know.
There's that Midwest S.
Yeah.
Because it's called Big Boy.
Okay, now
We just talked about this.
Yes,
us
and
adding
I don't
Kroger's,
like it, so
Myers.
I always assumed it was Big Boy. So it is just Big Boy.
It is.
It's just
Okay.
Big Boy, and
That's educating me because I always thought it was Big
and
Boys.
I think our local Big Boy were mostly the Ellis brothers Big Boy.
Yeah,
were,
Elias or Ellis. Yeah.
Because they were all franchised, and a lot of franchisees started adding their name to it. Believe it or not, the Big Boy franchise is staying alive because of China. There's more Chinese Big Boy restaurants than there are in the United States now.
Well, they just brought that one back over by the ice arena,
Was that
Utica 15.
okay? Well, I mean, what always cracks me up is the Big Boy headquarter. I think it's at like 10 and Ryan or something like that. The one in front of their headquarters closed down, so they couldn't
Yeah.
even keep the fucking store in front of their headquarters open. Big Boy has a food crime. It's called a Slim Jim. A ham sandwich with tartar sauce. That in my opinion is a food crime. There you go.
I do
Never had
enjoy
one.
it though.
I've never had one.
See, that's just wrong. You like tartar sauce, but not ranch dressing. There's like one
I
swapped
think-
ingredient.
I honestly, I'm just gonna be honest. I think it's more nostalgia. Growing up, my mom would get a Slim Jim and she'd split it with me, and I didn't know what it was growing up really. And then I'm just saying.
Do you see the irony of who we are now? We eating Slim Jims.
I'm
Slim
Yeah.
Jims.
so
It's a fat joke.
yeah, I know. I think that's more.
Food crime in general. Slim Jims. The meat snack. They're disgusting.
They're
I don't-
delicious.
I'll eat a Slim Jim.
It is wax
It-
paper
I was saying
around
it's
a
not.
meat
It is
paste.
not beef jerky,
It's
but it is.
mechanically separated chicken.
It's disgusting, and you know it's included hearts and livers and shit in there.
But
And
it
if
says
I
it on the
don't
back.
know,
It says mechanically separated
It tastes
chicken.
delicious.
Well,
It
if
does.
you don't want to know what's in food, you don't want to hang out with me because I'm going to break it down for you.
I know why I like this.
Because it has vodka in it.
Yeah.
As he's sipping a high noon. Another food crime. This one got brought up in my childhood growing up. We were out of milk. I had a craving for cereal. My stepmom goes, you know, when I was out of milk growing up, I just had some water.
Oh my
No.
god.
No.
No.
I will eat it dry.
Yes.
Well, we know
Thank
this.
you. Well, we know this from an hour ago as he's
Eating
texting
hay
us.
bales.
Hail bells. Yeah.
Shredded wheat by the handful with no liquid. Is that why you can't talk? Because you have no saliva?
I'm like, what is
I
going?
had a Red Bull, but it's
65
drank
texts
it.
in like 10 minutes. I'm like, what is going on?
Well, it's because you were late.
I was on time until the last 10 minutes.
So, adding into the food crime, does anyone consider it a food crime to put anything, and I'll give a pass to steak sauce on a tougher cut of meat, but anything other than steak sauce on a steak?
I don't use any sauce.
Sometimes to switch it up, I will when I'm doing it's not technically barbecue, but if I'm grilling on a hamburger, I will put like a teaspoon of A1 or steak sauce on my burger.
Wash your sister sauce.
I asked about steaks. Why are you talking about burgers?
You said,
just
do I
brown.
put steak sauce on anything other than a steak?
That's not what I said.
I thought that's what you
Vice
said.
versa.
sauces.
Other sauces on a steak.
I'm an
Besides
idiot.
steak sauce.
Where's the dunce cap?
We really should have one.
I mean, we don't consider
We would
like
pass-
a butter braise or nothing like that. Like
So, Bernays, I can accept if you're in like a fancy steak restaurant where they're making it from scratch. But like, is that an accoutrement or is that a sauce? I don't know. It's really just butter and egg, right? I mean, with some herbs.
No, nah.
no sauce, no 57, no A1, no ketchup.
No.
I'm proud of you, Fridge. What's everyone's favorite steak cut?
Ribeye. 100%.
Yeah.
It was quick.
Yeah, probably ribeye.
I do ribeyes unless we go to like, I haven't been there in years, but Capers, I get the Delmonico,
Delmonico's good too.
which is just a hammered.
no
ribeye.
one here with a porterhouse. That's where I'm going. Strip and fillet at the same time. I'm a strip guy. If I'm not getting a porterhouse, I'm getting a strip.
And I'll buy sirloin if I'm doing cheesesteaks. That's about it.
Yeah. Definitely ribeye.
All right. So, speaking of food crimes and eating in general, I had to bring this up. This is that story I told you guys I was going to bring up. So, Shelby's had a hard time eating in the past week and a half, smiling and everything. So we're laying in bed and it's getting late and someone decides to get a little frisky. And because of my tooth pain and my infection, I was on some pain meds and therefore wasn't able to finish. But this woman, the trooper that she is, went to town on my business with her mouth parts for a good half an hour, and very enthusiastically, I might say. So I couldn't figure out why she wouldn't kiss me and why she wouldn't like smile and shit. But it turns out she has two fucking sharp front teeth and she was bashing them into her lips for so long that she got two fucking canker sores. So for a week and a half, she couldn't eat or smile because of that. I just thought that was funny. So I wanted to ask, does anyone have any fun escapades that caused funny sex stories? Those moments where you're with the right person because you have to stop and laugh during sex. Have you ever had those?
When you fart.
It's always funny.
Every time.
You fart every time?
No, not every time.
Okay, you're saying it's funny every time.
Every
I
time
haven't
every
even
time it
farted yet.
happens. You never farted during sex.
No.
Sometimes it just
Now
happens.
I feel like I'm missing out.
You've never done her on like a really hard surface and just the pounding on the back of like the floor just pops one out?
No, but I swear my neighbors have seen us have sex plenty of times.
Are you putting on a show for them? Is the window wide open?
No, but they've mentioned seeing things, which I don't understand because they
Your
live
window's
next
facing the
door.
front of your house.
Yeah, that's why it's weird.
That is a little weird. I'm gonna fly a drone over. Let me know.
Okay.
I guess mine was
Probably about 9:35.
me and Becca were first together. I thought I properly rinsed my hands after cutting up jalapenos.
Oh gosh.
And
God.
I touched.
That's
touched
less funny and more. I
haven't-
feel bad.
Yeah,
Your
that
poor wife.
and
Not that my wife wants to know this, but I had an ex that made salsa
yeah.
and jalapenos and stuff like that, and then went to town on herself and forgot about it.
Oh,
That's funny.
all I
Because that's
could- and-
self-induced. That's
and-
funny.
and
Yes, it was.
It wasn't like even like we were having sex or fooling around. I was just standing in the kitchen. I went and grabbed her, fooling around, and she's standing there, and all of a sudden, burning, and I felt terrible, and I thought I had. I guess there was some oil still there.
Like, jump in the tub, babe. I'll bring you
Yeah.
milk.
Yeah.
I know back when I worked a small stint at the World's End, I was working with Tabby one time, and the cook at the time, the son's owner actually, or the owner's son, reverse that. He was trying to make a hot wing challenge, so he brought this super hot, like 2 million Scoville hot sauce, and he had me and Scott try it. And Tabby said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna try this stuff," and she decides to try it and then go pee, and forgot she didn't wash her hands, so she's out there smoking a cigarette, just dancing up and down. So I don't know if I find it funny. I find it more, I feel really bad.
That wasn't a funny, but that was one that I can think off the top of my head that I accidentally did to her. I'm sure there's other ones that after tonight I'll be like, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't say this one. Or
has anyone fallen off the bed? I mean, no? Is it funny when you get a cramp in your leg when you're going too far?
Oh, that's so bad.
Leg cramps.
when we were both
You never move as quick as when you have a leg cramp during sex, right?
Yeah.
That's a quick change. Or if you,
It's a
When
quick
we were
dismount.
when you try and just like it's coming on, but you try and keep going, so you're like weird positioning your leg. What's going on? I'm like, I got a cramp. I got a cramp.
I mean, when we're both bigger, you know the sounds.
It's more wet than that. I've seen you and Scott. So I'm gonna back up. I got off topic just because of the Cankersaur story, but back to the food, the thing we're best at. A couple more things that really piss me off, and it's in my personal life. Do you guys get annoyed when people throw away things based on expiration date or best by dates when they're perfectly good or unopened?
Becca is like that commercial. Expired. Drives me absolutely crazy. It drives me crazy. I'm like, Becca, it's tomorrow. Yeah, but are we going to eat it by tomorrow? It's like,
No, but I'm going to eat it within the week.
we're fine.
Right.
We're fine.
If it doesn't have a tang or smells weird,
I'm good.
So meats, you go by smell, and if it's dried goods, I don't care. I'll eat it a month after.
Yeah.
Cereal went bad a month ago. No, I don't care. It's dried goods. If there's
All
no
right.
active mold.
I find
Once I
expired
bite into
medicine,
it,
and I'm like, oh, what's this for? I don't know.
So
if I bite into it and it's hard or this is no good anymore, then I'll toss it.
Dipping sauces, condiments in your refrigerator.
a year past the date, I'll still use them.
Okay.
Don't care. Unless it's like a cream based, probably a dairy based.
Same.
But you give me
Sauces. Has anybody had the ghost pepper ranch from Wendy's?
no. I haven't had Wendy's in probably
so
6 months.
good.
Not a spicy person.
Not a spice. It's so good.
Yeah. Wait, ghost pepper ranch. I have had it.
I did the whole
'Cause it's an
party
older
pack of
one. It's not
nugs.
new.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I've had it before. I had it with their spicy nugs, and it's okay.
You got talking on fast food. Burger King's got a new Whopper, Steakhouse Whopper.
I haven't had Burger King in a really long
I
time.
think that might be dinner tonight.
Yeah.
I remember do you guys remember the Black Whopper that came out, like the first one ever that they were dyeing with squid ink, and it was making everyone's like poop super black. That was super fun.
Sorry, off topic.
Oh, it's food. It's food. No, the expiration dates though, unless it's cream based. Like I know, especially hot sauce. I don't care if it's years ago. In your typical vinegar based condiments and your barbecue sauce. Yeah, barbecue sauces. Unless I see mold in there, I'm eating it. I'm pretty sure I have a honey mustard in there from 5 years ago. I'm still using it when I want the craving. So
Yeah.
Do you refrigerate things that are not supposed to be refrigerated or don't need to be?
Ketchup says it needs to be refrigerated, and I do keep mine in the fridge, but it doesn't need to be. I don't care what anyone says or what the bottle says. I mean, you can keep ketchup out for months and it'll be fine.
I like the cold
Yes.
with my hot fries.
I love the dynamic, and that's why they need the McDLT back.
So, and I see that my wife's family, ketchup's on the counter, and I'm just like, no, I'll pass.
I prefer it cold. Will I use it in a pinch if it's warm? Yeah. TJ used to keep his out, and I'd put mine in the fridge, so we always had 2 bottles of ketchup around. How about leftovers? I love leftover food.
Depends on what
My
it is.
fiance will save every meal she eats because she never finishes it because she's like, she eats like a bird,
But then never eats it.
but then never eats it. But will also get mad if I eat her leftovers. Knowing damn well that she will not eat her own, so sometimes I've eaten them and she goes, "Did you eat my leftovers?"
Did you ask first?
No.
Ask. That's all it takes, and then she won't be pissed
If
off.
I ask, she's going to say she's going to eat it, and then she never will.
Well, then don't fucking eat it.
Get out.
No. on the leftover thing, wife does not eat leftovers. Period.
Is it a woman thing?
I don't know.
No, it's I
No,
am
Amanda
within
will
a certain amount of hours. Like within 24 hours. After it hits 24 hours.
Well, she's got exceptions. If it's from this place or this place, she'll eat it. She'll take it tomorrow for lunch.
Do they follow a certain cuisine, or is it just the restaurant itself?
Cuisine. Yeah. Mostly her Middle Eastern cuisines.
I feel Middle Eastern, except for rice, warms up really well.
It does.
Reheats really well.
Yeah.
Very good.
And pasta dishes, too.
I'll eat it next day, but if it goes after a certain amount of time, I'm done.
Well, but what is really fun, the story behind this is when I'm home from work, I will cook dinner 80% of the time if we don't go out. There was a couple weeks I was home, I made dinner every night. And end of the week, there were 4 dishes that, were all leftovers. She won't touch, and I've had my fill. But I took all of them and made something completely different and fed it to her. And she's like, "This is the best thing you've ever made." I said, "It's all leftovers." She wanted to kill me.
Love it. And then there's the reverse, too. I've experienced this, probably a month ago. I buy one, get one free burritos from Del Taco. I ate one, put the other in the fridge.
I will still fight you on Del Taco every time.
That it's not good?
Yes.
You're wrong. So anyway, long story short, I saved one burrito. I went to work the next day, and the whole day at work, I'm like, I'm going to go home and eat my burrito. I want my burrito. I've been craving my burrito. I want that other burrito. I come home. Oh, I threw away your burrito. I was looking forward to that burrito all day. It was on my mind. I'm like, I get through these couple more tickets. I'm going to go home and eat my bean and cheese burrito, green sauce. And then
Becca will know not to throw any of my food out. She knows whether I keep it in there 4 days, knowing I will not eat it, she knows not to throw it away.
I think
Amanda's
Shelby's just
the
not
same
used to
way.
dating a fat man. She's just not used to it. It's a cardinal sin to throw away fat man's food.
I had one of those open Arizonas from a couple days after we reviewed it.
Yeah.
It's probably still in the back of the fridge. Open.
Moldy.
Half drank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said you were going to drink those at work.
I did drink.
We cover the mic first. Oh man. So I have a lot of shit written for this week because we've been a while.
Becca did just text me the top 10 women of 2010s.
Nice.
Yeah.
If we get to that, I'm going to sit there and go, "Who's that?
Yeah.
Who's that?"
Most of the time I'm looking them
Last
up.
week I didn't know who the fuck any of them were. I think only one or
Yeah.
two.
Yeah, it was brutal.
So this is actually what kind of brought up the whole offensive food or the snack or food crimes. Easter's around the corner, and every year comes Peeps.
Hate
The
them.
biggest candy fucking crime
Disgusting.
there is.
Hate
I
them.
will eat circus peanuts before I eat Peeps. And
I'll do Peeps over peanuts.
Oh, you're wrong.
Do you like Peeps?
I'm going to touch neither of those. But we are having a Easter get-together with some adult friends of ours. And we put together different gift baskets, themed gift baskets.
Yeah.
We were completely done. We went to Dollar Tree to go grab just some decorative baskets to put shit in. Mm-hmm. And we walked in. They had a huge Peeps display and about 10 different flavors of Peeps. Not just colors, but flavors. And I went, "That's a new basket."
They have Dr. Pepper out there
Yep.
now.
Birthday cake.
Yeah, cookies and cream.
Cotton candy.
I'm a
Yeah.
Cadbury cream guy.
Cadbury cream eggs are fucking amazing. But they've changed them. I swear to you,
Oh,
they changed
they
them.
have.
But
The insides are not smooth anymore.
so I think Peeps are the worst candy crime there are, and people hate on candy corn.
I was
I
gonna.
love
I was
candy
gonna
corn.
say.
Love candy corn, especially the pumpkins. I love them. I don't know why.
I don't like the pumpkins. There's too much of it.
Yeah, I get it.
Candy corn.
Just
I
eat
can
it by
do.
the handful. It's the same.
I love.
I don't buy the handful.
No, but there's more wax substance to the candy corn. They're textured differently, even if they're.
Do you like those little
substances the same.
wax cola bottles?
No, Nick Lips.
I don't know what they're called.
That's what they're called, Nick and Lips.
I love them.
I'm not saying that to be bad. They're called Nick and Lips,
He is correct.
Oh, I know.
And I hate saying that.
Don't,
but I hate them. No, you.
I like chewing on the wax.
Same.
Yeah. I don't even care
Remember
about the
wax
fluid.
lips? The wax lips they used to have.
Yeah.
where-
And
same
and these are
difference.
one of the biggest food crimes to my fiance. Is she brings it up every time I bring up these type of things? Is the wax lips and those fucking cola bottles she hates.
Candy cigarettes.
What about the dots on the paper?
That's disgusting.
Candy dots. I ate them as a kid all the time. I loved them because they
Because
were
it was
like
sugar.
They were like $2 for $1. Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
I also
pure
like the
sugar.
candy cigarettes.
But you're also
too.
you're just eating a ton of fucking paper at the same time.
At the same time, hopefully our palates have matured, and yeah, we see the error of our ways.
But so the cigarettes he brought up, I remember being like 9 or 10 years old, walking around my grandma's apartment complex with a fucking fake candy cigarette. And everyone that got out of the car, hey man, you got a lighter? And I got like I was a little pyro, so I got like 6 lighters and like 5 pack. They had match packs, packs of matches back then.
When I
still.
was younger, walking down the street with the
10 years old driving with a fake cigarette.
We touched on that once when the dads would send us to the store for cigarettes and
Yeah.
beer, and a note would do. IBC glass bottles of root beer get stopped. Hey, you can't drink beer. I'm like, no, it's root beer, bro. Like,
Yeah. So yeah, the cigarettes, you have the root beer. When are they going to bring out like candy vapes are next, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be like fucking
ooh,
sugar vapes.
vapor.
Yeah.
I'd do it.
Of course you would.
I would do it.
Mix it with some
Some
caffeine. And
Pina
you're
colada
done.
flavored caffeine sugar vapor.
So,
if anybody listening can do this,
You brought
I'll
up you brought up though the little bottle wax bottles. It sparked a memory. One of my favorite candies growing up, and I haven't seen them in years. I don't know if they're discontinued. I'm not even going to look it up. Bottle caps.
I love
Still
bottle
around.
caps.
Are
They're still
they?
around.
Yeah.
Yes.
I fucking
CVS,
love
you can buy
bottle
the box.
caps. Really?
Yeah.
I fucking love them.
Well, you ever-
the grape and
there's-
the root beer ones are just so good.
There's a
haven't had those
franchise
in years.
out there called Rocket Fizz, if I'm not mistaken. That
Yeah.
specializes in a bunch of the retro candies.
They're right
Okay.
there where I live, right 23 and Chainer.
There we go.
What's your address while you're at it, Tommy?
Oh, he's just saying that he lives in one of those neighborhoods.
Yeah, absolutely.
With pinkies up.
Yeah, one of the Pinkies Up neighborhoods.
So bottle caps were super good. Another retro candy. I'm a huge fan of them, but the problem is every time I get them, they're stale because no one buys them. Mullo cups. I fucking love a Mullo
I like
cup.
Never
Charleston
had
Chew.
one.
Really? So it's marshmallow in a chocolate cup like a Reese's.
It's like a Reese. Yeah.
Charleston Chew,
Love it.
I love it.
frozen.
Never had it.
Milky Way
I don't freeze.
frozen.
I don't freeze my candies. A lot of people do. I know. I've never been that person. Room temperature. I'm weird. I like to, especially with my chocolate bars. I'll eat it slow until my end of the chocolate bar is all goopy and melty, so I can lick my fingers. I'm that guy.
No, I'm a crunchy guy.
Yeah.
One candy I love is the Coke bottle gummies. I love those stupid things.
I probably haven't had one in 15 years, but I'll add on to the
Like
cola
with like
based
the peach rings. Like
A&W.
those,
I like the peach rings, yes.
A&W hard candy or root beer candy.
Oh, dude, those little barrels, I
Yeah.
love them.
Okay.
What about Grandma's little butterscotch candies?
Amazing.
Yes.
The strawberry candies that no one knows the name of that every grandma has.
Yeah, they look like they're in the little
I
shiny
googled
wrappers.
the name of them. I cannot remember.
I
for the
literally,
life of me.
I
have.
about once a year a Reddit post comes
Yep.
across and it's like, here's the name of them, and I go, I'm gonna commit that to memory, and I
no.
never fucking do.
Becca loves the Werther's original, and I'm like, just go watch Golden Girls and get it over with.
Well, there's original, though,
I
is
like the
good.
caramel.
First of all, Golden Girls is amazing. Second of all, those candies are amazing.
I named my truck
I don't
after
like 'em.
Betty White.
Huh?
I named my truck after Betty White.
Is that Blanche? I don't know.
Mine would be
Rose.
Rose.
You're a Blanche.
My truck's name is Ginger, but if it was to be a Golden Girl, it would be a Blanche.
Because she's a freak.
It's a whore.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go sit in that truck after this. Any other candies that are retro? I'm weird. I like Neckos. The Necco wafers.
Oh, man, those stupid things are so good.
They got
There's a
for
bunch of dust
$1
on them.
If you go to 15 in Utica,
Uh huh.
that 7-Eleven there, They have a table, and there's like probably 100 packs for $1.
Yeah. Okay. So a lot of 7-Elevens are doing those like dollar deals lately. We're gonna go ahead and just. But yeah, a lot of those 7-Elevens are doing like those dollar deals or 2 for $2 and all that kind of shit. And finding some really cool stuff on there actually. Like, and they're doing a lot of just full size candy bars for $1, which I'm not eating candy anymore because I'm trying to lose weight. But that's a good fucking deal because candy bars are like $2.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna be
A
old farts
normal's
here
like
for a second, but
$1.09.
less for more is shrinkflation, right? You know, it's 2 for $5 or 2 for $4 for 20-ounce fucking sodas.
I was
now.
gonna say a 20-ounce soda is like ridiculous.
Yeah, I think they're like $2.79 a fucking soda.
Buy a
Well-
2-liter for $2.
I know.
I can find it for $1.
A little off subject, but still on the subject.
convenience.
I will drink a 2-liter.
Exactly.
But that's what I'm saying.
I
Like,
will too.
Does anyone remember the 3 liters?
had
Oh,
a
yeah.
whole
Oh,
gallon
Faygo.
of sweet
Yeah.
Faygo,
tea.
man.
Fago made 3
What?
liters.
He said, I drank a 2-liter. I'm like, I drank a gallon of sweet tea.
Yes. True. In one football game, this man drank a gallon of fucking Milo's sweet tea.
Ooh, best kind.
It is.
Oh,
we all agree
hands
on
down.
that. We've talked about it, but yeah, the shrinkflation really pisses me off when it comes to convenience soda.
But it hits everything. It's fast food burgers. It's
Well, it kind of ticked me off today. Just going in the sub. Went to Jimmy John's. I worked there 10 to 12 years ago.
Worked.
I stood there.
He showed up for a paycheck.
Yeah.
He hurt his back lifting bread and laid on the bread for hours. I remember the story.
Or bread.
I literally remember the story.
He is not. He's not lying.
all the free
He's not
See how
lying.
red this motherfucker's getting right now.
Oh man. Oh man. That hurts so bad.
He wasted $6 worth of bread to lay on it.
I'm gonna need to hear this later. So
I'll tell it right now. I literally was putting the truck order away, and they had boxes of frozen bread, and I was trying to just hurry and get it put away. And I went to grab 3 boxes of the frozen bread, and when I did not lift right, I went and I fell over the boxes.
What was that sound?
Yeah, can we
well,
sample that out and start using it on a soundboard?
And I'm laying across, and I was trying to reach in my pocket to get my phone, and I had to call my area manager. And I'm like, you got to get here now. I can't even move. He gets in there, and he kind of laughs. He's like, what are you doing? Because I am like hunched over the boxes. I'm like, I can't move. He said, well, you're going to have to move so I can put the stuff away, and you're gonna have to do something. And I literally had to crawl through, like on my hands and knees through the shop and get to one of the...
Your poor knees. It just stopped in his tracks. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because I was thinking, yeah, that did hurt. But yeah, when I worked there, it was, I believe, $5.29 for the Italian nightclub, and then with the combo was $7.45. Just for the Italian nightclub today was $10.39.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, what?
So I got to get off the food for 1 second because it just reminded me. So Tommy is what we would call a
Hefty?
Live off the government kind of guy. And
right now, yeah.
Wow. Just
what?
call his business out there.
I just did.
Yeah.
And he tried to get a workman's comp claim from Apple because he threw his back out getting a grocery bag under the table.
I didn't want
if you're
to.
gonna do it.
I know,
to
but-
Apple.
I didn't want to.
I just,
My boss is like, you're going to have to get a worker's comp. Like,
well, the problem is that Apple uses Sedgwick, and you're going to go through the worst fucking company when it comes
Yeah.
to medical claims for work. Sedgwick.
because it happened at work, and I'm like, I don't want to. And they're like, you're going to have to. And I'm like, okay. And it was, that was a nightmare.
It's all right. Tommy,
Yeah.
I can call out his business because Tommy basically got me fired from a job one time because he inadvertently... I called in one day, and it was because I was out drinking until 3 in the morning with some girls.
Oh, God.
And the next morning, I called in and said, hey, I'm sick in the hospital. And Tommy goes, no, he's not. He was out drinking. He's hungover. And I got fired that day. So I think we're pretty even.
The boss asked me, hey, what'd you guys do last night? Oh, me and James, we went out last night. We had a good time. Oh, that's kind of funny because he called in sick last night.
So you, James,
Yeah.
lied to your boss.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Which we've all done.
Uh-huh. I'm like, are you trying to
But
chastise
at the
me?
same time, I mean, you deserved it. You lied to him.
I deserve getting fired?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
I
He
just
could have let me know to
suspension.
cover
Right.
for him.
I mean, do we have text messaging back then?
This was before you would text your boss. Like,
No, but I'm saying to Tommy, could you have at least thrown him a text, a phone call?
did I
saying,
think
"Hey,
my
dude."
bro would see I'm not
It's bro
in
code, you
work
cover
and
it.
just say, "Oh, we're out drinking"? He worked 2 hours after me. He had enough rest to go in. I worked the
You
early
still
shift.
give the bro code. You still give him a heads up,
No, the
even
bro-
though there's bro code.
The bro code is I don't know what the fuck happened to James. Is he not here? That's without.
I mean, you're not wrong.
That's an unspoken agreement.
Yeah.
Which being fired for calling in, regardless of the reason, you can go fuck yourself.
True.
Yeah.
Because I can take off a day for anything I want if I have the hours allotted to me.
Correct.
Mental
That's
health
true.
day, I have the runs, I want to fuck, I want to go to the casino. I don't care what it is. I'm calling in because I want to call in. But I've learned my lesson because of it. Now I don't post anything about work on social media because that has cost me my job before. And I also don't give any reasons why I'm calling in. It's now I won't be in. If you have a question, you can refer to my lawyer. Because you
Yeah.
don't have
It's
to
technically
disclose.
illegal
It's
to
a legal
ask.
task.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing that it can be covered is I think in Michigan 3 days in a row you can require a doctor's note to come back, but that's it. And they can't even ask why. You just have to have a doctor saying he was seen by me. But you know what? This is a great segue.
Okay.
I currently am in the brink of a new job. I accepted a new job this week. And I'm
Congrats.
gonna bring up the loyalty to companies because this is the type of shit that makes people not loyal to companies. I put in 2 weeks notice, like you're supposed to.
Yeah.
The new job. Hey, how long before you can start? We want to hire you immediately. I could have said I'll start tomorrow. I'll quit my job tonight. But instead, I did the right thing. Gave it 2 weeks notice to have a smooth transition to the next person or whatever.
And let me guess. They tell you, oh,
An hour later, we'll accept it, your resignation effective immediately. We'll see you. Bye. Have a good life.
yeah.
Where's the loyalty? If you want me to be loyal to a company, where's the company loyalty to their employee? I didn't do anything egregious. I didn't fuck them over. I did what was supposed to be right.
I worked for an attorney office down in downtown Detroit, and I put my 2 weeks notice in. And within about an hour and a half, they came and they said, "Oh, since I have access to all the, all the client info," they went ahead and just said, "At the end of the day, we'll go ahead and accept your resignation now."
Yeah. And if I knew I was quitting, you don't think I could have access that the entire time I'm here? If I have nefarious, I'm quitting.
Yes.
You didn't fire me.
Yeah.
If I wanted to be nefarious, I could have done this.
I would have
for a long
told you
time.
I was quitting 3 days later and got all the information I wanted.
If that was any reason why they let me go so quickly, it's like I am in IT. I could have done. I'm not going to say them. I could have done so many things to backdoor
Oh, yeah.
myself into these systems, even after being fired. You know, this company in particular. I'm not going to say who, but their security is abysmal. I could have. There's no audit system. I could have made myself a dummy account, and they would have locked out my admin account, and I could have logged into my dummy account, and they would have never known, and still have access to everything.
Yeah.
It's absolutely asinine. But I do love it because we talked about it. We touched base on it a minute ago that they want all my equipment back, including 2 large toolboxes. And I'm sorry, I'm not driving a 45-minute round trip to drop your shit off after you cut me a week of pay.
Yeah.
You know, you can come get it. There's a location across the street. Come get it.
Does your loyalty change depending on your duration of employment with a company?
You know, I would be more apt to be loyal or do the right thing to a company I've been with longer. However, I'm quicker to throw a company under the bus if they fuck me over that I've been with longer. If a company fucked me over after I've been with them 3 months, no hard feelings. But a company I've been with for 10 years, if they did something wrong to me, where's my loyalty in return?
It also depends on if it's a small, like,
Family kind of
Family.
Yeah, you have a lot of experience in this kind of
Yes.
thing going on
because
so,
I've been with the same company for
basically since you were out of high school.
21 years.
Yeah, 21 years is too much commitment for me for anything. So,
But I mean,
Shelby, don't listen to that.
but we do a lot of things outside of work. I mean, my boss, owner, however you want to call it, we play hockey. Like, we've gone boating adventures. We've gone out of the country together. It's a
Tijuana,
tight,
huh?
it's a tight knit little.
It's more of a
so-
family feel.
It's more of a family feel. So
therefore, you feel more loyalty both ways. You to him, him
there's
to
a
you.
there's a mutual
because of that.
respect. Or
Exactly.
I feel there's a mutual respect. So the day if I ever
You're just a number.
If it ever came down to, hey, I'm leaving, and it was like, all right, peace, I'd probably be disgruntled at that point.
I feel like you're just a number.
Especially with the bigger companies, yeah. So,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, were you at Apple when Ethan quit?
I believe so.
Did I touch base on this on the pod yet?
I haven't heard it.
So I worked when I worked at Apple. A buddy of mine named Ethan. I'm not going to give out his last name, but it's easy to find. He made a website called EthanQuits.com, and then are you guys familiar with Cameo?
Yes.
Absolutely.
He paid the guy that was the host of American Ninja Warrior as well as Bam Margera to do a cameo saying that hey, he called out the manager by name. I don't remember the name. I think it was Todd or something. It was like, hey, everyone says you suck as a manager. Fuck you, Ethan quits. And he posted it and emailed it to the Apple entire distribution list.
Yes.
And that was like the most epic quit I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, Apple was one of those that you felt like a fucking number. Another one, I worked, and I'm going to call him out. I don't give a shit. Henry Ford Medical System. I worked there for 3 weeks and got into a motorcycle accident. And then I called in one day after a motorcycle accident that I had both my elbows wrapped up, my head wrapped up, giant fucking hematoma, bruise, whatever, you want to get technical, bruise on my hip. I was barely limping. And because I called in one day of that motorcycle accident, they went, you're within your first 90 days. I don't think I can save your job. Come review time at 90 days. And I said, fuck you guys. And I found a new job. That is bullshit. Like, that is a lot of things wrong with this country. You know?
Again, it goes back to what Tommy said, where big corporation, your duration of employment was minimal at that point. You're just a number.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll find somebody else.
I get it, but like, where's the heart in humanity? You know, a motorcycle accident, HR can't go, hey, circumstances.
You're not going to find that unless you're with some sort of small family operation.
Yeah.
That has that extra. Now, with my employer, to the company itself, I would give them the 2 weeks, obviously, if I was looking to quit. But they are a big corporation, but still has that family feel about it. My house got broken into about 2 years ago. I had a business trip set for like 3 days later. I called my direct boss. I said, hey, listen, this has just happened. I'll still be okay to go on the trip, get that side of my job done, etc. But if anything develops back here on the home front, I'm on the first plane. I'm coming back home. He's like, yeah, it's cool. Like, seriously, do whatever. That's fine. He calls me back 2 hours later and goes, hey, cancel that trip. Someone else got it. You're good. Take care of what needs to be taken care of at home. To that man, I have loyalty. Plain and simple.
But more to the person than the company itself.
Correct.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I can get that. I have another example of I can't get into too much talks about what is going on, but I have recently emailed a lawyer based on a TikTok, believe it or not. He's a lawyer that just does employee rights. I had a job about a year ago that half the team worked from home. I was hybrid. I didn't go into I couldn't go in the office anymore because of anxiety things. And my doctor wrote me a note. Reasonable accommodations. Let this man work from home instead of going into the office 2 days a week. And half the team, including my boss, worked from home permanently. So 3 days after I got that doctor's note, they fired me. And the lawyer thinks that's retaliatory. And we're talking about a case.
Yeah.
So, and there was no write-ups about the reason he fired me. It was just, hey, this is what happened and we're going to let you go. And we might have something here. But I can't go into too many details, but that's the gist of it.
That's the one thing, though, living in an at-will state.
Yeah.
Where if all they write on separation paper was we separated ways, they're covered.
Well,
because there's no documentation of he called in or asked for, whatever. If they never wrote a reason on paper...
They don't need to, because Michigan being a one-party state when it comes to recording, I recorded that meeting.
There you go.
So I have the reasoning he said to me was...
Then you might actually have a case.
My instance on Teams said I was away for 15 minutes when I was not on a break. That is not a legal representation of whether or not I'm doing my job, especially working from home. And
ouch.
I am so happy my boss is not a micromanager.
Right, but that's... And here's the thing. My boss and me didn't get along at this job because I thought outside the box. He was very one way, I was very the opposite way. My ticket numbers, and I'm in IT, so it's based on tickets and how many resolutions you have. I was number 2 on the team, and I was number 2 in seniority out of a team of 7. I was number 2 in tickets resolved, and I had the highest survey response rate of I'm satisfied with this person's work. So I wasn't doing a bad job. My boss just didn't like me. And that's just all. Fridge, are we boring you? Is it an emergency?
My stepdaughter's in the hospital.
Okay.
So
that's an
yeah,
emergency.
so he doesn't need to tell you what he's doing.
Micromanager.
That's part of my
Jesus
family.
My God.
That's part of my family too, and it's okay for me to ask. So fuck you and fuck you too. Is everything okay?
She hurt herself hurt herself while she was at youth group, so she's okay.
Okay, she's okay.
She's okay.
Tell her not to go to youth group anymore. That's where the injuries happen, and that's where babies get made. Again, great segue. First of all,
We totally set all this up.
We're going to be very sensitive here because we got 2 religious boys with us today.
Who's the religious ones?
Tommy and Dan. Anyway, so youth group. It's get the kids off the street. We'll do some participatory things and just have some fun with a religious outline.
Mm-hmm.
I went to youth group as a kid to get fucked.
That's because you went in with the wrong mentality.
No, it was the right mentality because all those Christian girls were wearing promise rings saying, I promise to fuck you after youth
The
group.
purity ring.
I'm saying, yeah, the purity ring, not promise ring. But I'm telling you, we used to go and troll for bitches when I was like 16, 17. We go to youth
and
groups.
once again, it goes to, you are a piece of shit.
I never said I wasn't, first of all. Second of all,
So this is how I know you're my brother, because we were both pieces of shit back in the day.
if youth groups are working, those girls were still putting out. So those things are not instilling good Christian values in these 16, 17, 18-year-old girls. 18. We're going to go 18. These 18-year-old girls. I was 16 at the time, okay? Obviously, those aren't working instilling good values if they're going home and fucking the fat boy that came in with long hair and a Ford Taurus. I'm just saying. Hey, girls,
He's
You
got a
sound
Ford
so
Taurus and a
desirable.
skateboard.
I have a 2001 Ford Taurus with a 6 CD changer and a
Keep
subwoofer
talking,
system.
James. Yeah.
You know what, though? When you're 16, I fucking got it, okay? And that's fine. But
Did you also have a job?
Yes.
There you go. You had money. You had wheels.
I've been
They'd
working
do
since-
anything for you.
Yeah, at 14, 15, I got my first job. And honestly, even having a couple $100 in your pocket, you were fucking rich at 16.
Fuck yeah, you were.
So I used to do this is actually a true story. Most of my money did not come from my fucking $7.40 an hour job at Dollar General or Burger King or Kmart or whatever else I worked at that time. I got most of my money running a Diablo 2 bot when I was at school and then selling the items I found on eBay. That's how I fucking funded most of my shit. So that was super fun. Tommy, you've been leaning back enjoying life for a while. You all right?
Yeah.
It's that seltzer.
It probably
The
is.
seltzer's
Maybe
got
that's
him.
why my face is a little red. No, I'm waiting to add my 2 cents if that is needed.
So segue into as teens where we got our money. First jobs.
My
James?
my first job, taxed first job,
Okay.
was Burger King. I worked there. I went there on my 16th birthday with an application, and handed it to the manager, and they said, "Today's your 16th birthday." I said yes, and they said, "I'm not even going to interview you. You're hired." So I worked there for a very short amount of time, and then when I was 16, 18, it was just bounce around anywhere, get a few $100 in my pocket, quit, and find a new job because I didn't want to work. So Burger King, Kmart, Great Skate, Dollar General, pretty much anywhere you could think of. My first non-tax job, though, we worked door-to-door newspaper salespeople for the Detroit Free Press and what's the other one? Detroit News.
Yeah.
Shit, I don't even think that exists anymore. Free and Detroit News. At 14 years, you could work for this guy, and hindsight being 2020, it's creepy as shit. This guy picked you up in a fucking church van that was blue and rusted. It was baby blue, and he'd pick up like 12 to 14 teenagers and drop them off in neighborhoods with a binder and fucking sales sheets for like 4 hours a day after school, 3 days a week.
But he never touched you.
No.
There you go.
Not that
That's
I
not
remember.
that
There's a
creepy.
lot of black memories back
Wow.
then. Just blacked out. But anyway, that was my first actual job. So he would pick you up after school at like 4 p.m., take you out and drop you off in a neighborhood with a binder and sell sheets, and you'd sell newspaper subscriptions door to door. And I did that for about a year. But you know what? Every subscription you sold, you got $8 cash, and I'd sell 10 to 20 of them a week, and it was pretty good. It was back when newspapers were a good
It was
thing.
bubblegum money.
At 14, I was making $100 a week. It was fucking amazing.
Tommy?
First,
What was the first job you got injured and made a claim?
first non-tax job. I was 12. I worked a few weeks out of the summer staining decks, and then I did that. And then summer I was 13. I did my buddy Matt. I worked with his dad. He was did contract work. He owned his own business, so I did that.
I'm cutting out the audio where you said I'm 13 and did my buddy Matt.
So many
Worked with my
sound
buddy
clips.
Matt. His dad, his stepdad, owned a business doing contract work. So I did that through the summer. Then my first tax job, I worked for Telway Hamburgers, and I worked there for about. I was 14 and 9 months, and I worked there for about 2.5 years.
And that's still a future episode. We're going to do the slider houses around here.
Yeah.
Be in on that one.
If you're
I
available.
want to call dibs on that one. I've been craving
Telway,
some Telway
Hunter House,
recently.
Braze, Greens. I mean, it'll be a
Yeah.
good one.
I like to try to get in on Mott's too.
The only problem with that one is it's hard to keep sliders at temperature.
Oh yeah.
So,
Unless
We're
we
gonna
do
have-
like a traveling one where we're
I mean, the bod track is very portable. But, I mean, we could just talk on our phones and just use that thing. So,
Yeah.
there's possibilities. Anyway, so
Yeah.
Telway Hamburgers.
Telway Hamburgers,
Open every day but Christmas, right?
Every day but Christmas. They close down around 9 p.m. on Christmas Eve, and then they open up again at 6 a.m. the day after Christmas.
Tell those fuckers to open their inside back.
They did. Actually,
Finally?
they opened it up, I believe, 3 to 4 weeks ago.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah.
I miss sitting in that smoke-filled little fucking burger stand and just
Yeah.
eating burgers
They
and
they opened it up.
smoking obviously no
I'm sorry,
cigarettes anymore,
COVID is not an excuse anymore
No.
for lack of service or etc.
After
It's
the
bullshit.
owner passed away of cancer
ate too
about
many of
2
his
years
burgers.
ago, it just was slowly getting everything back together and stuff. So
You know, speaking of that, another one that pisses me off is how many Chinese restaurants have not opened up their in restaurant dining since COVID. My favorite
or turned
couple,
into takeout only.
yeah, they're just
Yeah.
takeout only, and you just see boxes and boxes of takeout containers.
Because they don't have to.
they make so much money on takeout.
Exactly.
And
Why?
I don't-
Why?
I'll
I
never,
wouldn't.
I'll never understand it either. How the fuck I order Chinese food and I'm in the parking lot. By the time I walk to the door, it's ready.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong?
tell me 10-minute and it's ready in 3.
Yeah.
Everything's 10
I'd
minutes.
like a
Yeah.
sweet and
Tim
sour. Oh,
Mac-
it's here.
Yeah.
Because they have all the protein done.
Well,
You
yeah.
just gotta
Yeah.
mix it with a certain sauce.
Yes,
Get
but
outta
it's,
here.
and it's delicious.
Isn't
It
the place
is-
that you
it is
showed me
delicious.
Lotus Pond?
Lotus Pond. It's,
Yeah.
it's amazing. It takes 5
Is that the one on
minutes.
Gratiot?
No, that's 12 in Hoover.
What was the one Gratiot and 10?
Gratiot and Bangkok Cuisine. You're talking Tom.
Yes.
Sorry,
wrong
No,
Asian.
you're good. Down the row, Fridge, first job. He's still at it. He's been there 21 years.
No. First job I did, I guess you would say landscaping, but it was just cutting grass.
That's landscaping.
Yeah, it was with a landscape
Landscaping the
company.
land.
Yeah, landscape company. And then first, like, on paper job was cook for Coney.
I used to own a landscaping company. It was called Absolute Landscaping. We were 18 years old when we started this thing. And we couldn't figure out a name. And we looked around and we're fucking underage drunk. So we see a bottle of Absolute. So we go, oh, great name. So
And at that time, it would have been the first one in the Yellow Pages, so you were good.
Yellow Pages. Oh, my God.
yeah.
Let's talk it. No,
Because that's how you search for things. The first one that came up, that was
Yeah, that had
was
to be
it.
the best one. Yep.
Thank you for-
A plus. Yeah, that one.
Thank you for calling AAA. That's why it's named that. All right, Dan, you asked the question. Let's
All
hear
right.
it.
So, not taxed was umpiring baseball for the local little league, and then shoot, I was 12 at that time, I think, and then
So you could have been in the Little League?
I was. So I played on Mondays and Wednesdays,
And upped it on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then Friday when
Then
there
he was the
makeup
catcher
days.
on Friday.
No, I was makeup day. So and living in Michigan in the springtime, there's plenty of makeup rain days.
I mean, it panned out. I mean, you know, I brag about it for you. You don't even bring it up much, but you got to ump a Tigers game. You know,
I have.
That was pretty cool. So.
Yes.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, Tigers, Rays, Pirates. the Grapefruit League action down in spring training.
Grapefruit, one of the sexiest fruits there are.
Oh my god!
Here we go again. Dude.
You need your own podcast.
Is any
Your own.
sexy fruits?
Where you and
Fruit
you
the
find
fruit.
something.
Do not call it sexy fruits.
You
No,
find,
just call
you
it
find
fruit the
your,
fruit.
your
If
best friend.
you want to fuck with bananas.
Where you find them on FetLife, where fruit fuckers, and and have yourself a fruit fucking podcast.
I mean,
I'm sure there's at least 8 people out there.
Do you know what a meetup on FetLife is called? It's called a munch.
On what?
Yes,
It's called a munch. So
You're
it's right in the food category too. So
You lost me on whatever you just talked about.
FetLife is like MySpace for fetish people. And it's just a way to meet other people into fetishes, and you can list all the things that you're into. And they do a lot of the groups do monthly
Chicken
meetups, and they're
nuggets.
called munches for some reason.
So
I think it's just,
meetup with lunch.
yeah, okay. And I
is where they come
yeah.
up with
I
it.
think it's also their way of reserving
nom,
a room
nom,
without
nom,
saying
nom, nom,
we're here for a fetish meetup. A lot of restaurants don't exactly want to host that either. Hey, I'm not saying more power to the ones that want it, but anyway, continue. Dan.
And then
Remind me never to eat fruit over here.
yeah, I'm not no.
Hey, do you want
We
this?
got
I
a
already
fruit
cut it up.
salad.
No.
You've already tossed
salad.
that salad.
Yeah,
bud.
you guys are
Absolutely not.
yummy.
Did you pre-dip these for us?
So tax job
Yummy.
would either be a building supervisor for the Parks and Recreation Department, or the one that I actually consider would be working at Chi-Chi's.
Coming back. We've
Coming-
even talked
Yeah,
about
we
this.
talked about Chi-Chi's, yeah.
I was a busboy, so we were in charge of bussing the tables and frying
Is
the
that
chips.
what a busboy does?
And
They're-
frying the chips. That's
but
where I was
Deep
going
fried
with it.
ice cream. Oh my god.
But you could have just said I was a busboy and I fried the chips. You didn't have to explain
No,
what
but
a
that was.
busboy did.
But the busboy had both.
I'm a delivery driver and I also jack off the passengers while I'm doing it. That's you didn't need to say you were delivering.
Wow.
Everything goes straight down the toilet
It
with him.
does everything.
It's not usually straight.
Bingo. But
What was that shirt I sent you the other
and
day,
he
Fridge?
can't do anything about it right now because he may have dry socket,
I
so he doesn't partake in that. Right?
I sent Fridge a shirt from Spencer's when I was in there, and it says, "I'm totally straight, but I love to jack off to gay porn" or something like that. I don't remember the exact wording of it, but I sent it to him specifically.
No, there's a T-shirt out there that's come up on my Facebook page a couple times, just from the joke shirts and whatnot. It just says, "Sounds gay. I'm in."
Yeah, I like that one.
100%
The
want it.
shirt that you sent me said, "I'm not gay, but when I look at naked dudes, I get horny and jack off."
The other one I see is I'm not gay, but a 20's a 20.
$5 is $5.
Yeah.
You are a cheap whore.
When we were at Spencer's, I was with Shelby, and I'm like, I haven't as an adult owned pajama pants because I normally just sleep in like boxers.
Pajama pants are amazing.
So
love pajama pants.
I'm like, I kind of want to get some, and at Spencer's they have a pair, and she encouraged me to get them, and I think I want to go back and get them. It just says, "I love sluts." It just says, "I love sluts" over
Same.
and over. I'm like, I think I'm gonna go back and get that. And then
Yeah.
there's also one that said like, I don't know, hottest stepdad or something like that. I'm like, I'm definitely not that, but I'm gonna buy this shirt anyway.
The on the subject of I love sluts, God, I had to have been 17 at the time. Bumper sticker, outline just written and had like sparkles and stuff. Vaginas are way cool. I was like, absolutely.
So when you're younger, those things they're edgy and cool. And you just think they're so cool. As an adult, I'm like, I wouldn't put that on my car.
Oh, I would
But
never.
I remember.
But still, it's funny.
It was my second car, so I bought that when I was 17. It was a 2004 Impala, and again, it's Spencer's, and it was a bumper sticker that just said simply "Go fuck yourself." I got so many honks and angry people in traffic from that bumper sticker that I removed it because at 17. You get intimidated by the big fucking, Republican flag fucking truck driving guy, and I'm like, I don't want to get shot.
Well, have you seen the car accessory now where it's just like a
Talking about the light?
the hand,
Yeah,
the light,
you can
where you
change
can
what
just
it
turn
is.
it on and it just flips you the
Yup,
middle
I
finger.
want one.
I want one too.
We were probably 15 or 16, and me and Tim got a bumper sticker out of one of the machines. I believe it was at a Taco Bell, and it was in the American Pie red and white writing, and it said "Rated PG Party Girl," and we put it on our friend Adam's car. If I could find that bumper sticker again to put it back on his car, I would love to get it. I can't find it anywhere. just for nostalgia, just slap it on his car again. It was one of the funniest things because he had no idea it was on his car for so long, and we thought it was hilarious.
We had a buddy that last year, and we're talking October of last year, took these little penis valve stem covers and put them on everyone's motorcycles, and someone literally 2 days ago just found these things. They're like, "Who the fuck did this?" And we're like, "That's 7 months ago that this happened."
Great.
And he, instead of getting mad, he goes, "That's hilarious. I need a pallet of them."
On the same car pranks. So every car now has a backup camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So friends of mine set it up so that when he threw it in reverse and the backup camera came up, it was one of their friends mooning them. Like they taped a picture back there and had it perfect so that as soon as he put it in reverse, all he sees is someone's ass.
So it's not a prank, but this was funny to me. Fridge has got arachnophobia like a motherfucker.
Oh, good things to know.
With a backup camera, one time I fucking put my truck in reverse and there's a spider right on the camera, so it looked like a 30-foot fucking spider.
Yes.
And I took a picture and sent it to him. I'm like, holy shit, he would have caused an accident. He would have fucking floored it right into his own garage.
I would have tried to kill it. I just reverse into a tree.
Do you just burn the truck?
Spiders
at that time?
freak me out, but I'm more afraid of scorpions.
So I have a tiny wife, much like you. And
When do you experience scorpions?
there's
They
a
just freak
spider
me
in
out.
my
Like if
room,
I ever went to like the road show or whatever and see just
Good things to know.
Yeah.
I make my wife kill the spiders.
I'm going to bring a tarantula and an emperor scorpion and have them duke it out for you guys right here in front of you.
Oh man.
Oh, they can be there because I know they'll be in something.
But you have to put your tarantula in, you have to put your scorpion in, or vice versa, one of the two.
Oh
use
god, I don't know
tongs?
if I could do it.
Can I
I'll tell you what.
I don't even know I couldn't do it.
Spiders don't freak me out. The only bug that freaks me out, I'll tell the story here in a second, but tarantulas, there is something a little unnerving that you can hear the pitter patter of them when they run. You can literally hear. Oh, they're heavy enough where you can hear the.
For those of you that can't see, Fridge is squirming.
He just locked up.
That's terrifying.
He contorted very harshly. The only bug that gets me though is an earwig. So
They are
those little-
harmless.
they're harmless as fuck. They're primitive and evil looking, and I love how they look. But the reason is I was outside, I was laying on my back, opening up the fucking junction box outside for like cable, and 100 of them fell on my face, squirming alive. And so it's just a bad memory. One doesn't bother me, but they just.
I woke up one night
Get a
with
little
a bat
heebie-jeebie.
on my chest.
What?
Scared.
Ozzy
to ever-
Osbourne?
No, Tommy Boy. He's fucking Chris Farley.
Jesus.
He said it before you got here. When you were on the phone, he's like, all I can hear is Chris
That's
Farley.
all I can
And
hear.
now
Yeah.
you're going to tell me a Chris Farley story? Really?
I was sleeping
Down
and I
by
thought I
the
felt
river.
something.
I got an idea.
Something
Let's
and I went like
let's
this.
open the fridge. Bats are attracted to light. We'll close the fridge. Done deal. We're good. Those are
That's
moths,
a moth,
dummy.
you idiot. No, I was sleeping and I went like this and I thought I felt something on my chest. And I woke up and I see something and I jump up and I go like this and I flip on the light and it was a bat sitting on my bed and then I hit it and it just starts flying around the room.
How?
You can't catch a bat with a pot.
Yes, in a house.
In a house.
In the
Not
house.
camping out.
No, in my
BFE.
house in Rochester. I don't know where it came from. Probably
Dan,
my attic or somewhere.
there's
In
bats in,
Rochester.
there's bats
Well-
in Warren. You probably have bats in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
You have
Well,
factories.
no, absolutely. I'm not. Yes, bats are everywhere.
I
I think
How
he was more,
it
why
in
is it
your
on your
house?
chest?
I don't know
How
where
is
it
it
came
on your
from.
chest? Why is it not hanging somewhere?
You're not just calling your ex a bat, right?
No.
Okay.
I freaked out.
No, you would have known if she was on your chest. You couldn't have
It ended
breathed.
up going in the corner, sitting. I absolutely freaked out. I even went to my dad. I'm like, I just woke up with a bat on my chest.
There's a bat behind you.
And he told you,
I'm not
"Shut
kidding.
the fuck up, Tommy. Go back
Yeah,
to bed."
he didn't believe me. It was like 4 a.m, and I said I have to get in the shower right now. I jump in the shower and I go lay down on the couch. He says, "When I get up for work, we'll go take care of it." So he gets up for work. He lets me know when we're in the shower. After I get in the shower and I'm laying on the couch, he says, "I'm up for work." We go and we go get a broom. We go and we open my window to my in my room, and we take a broom and we sweep that bad boy. It was still sitting in the corner when we went in there, and we brushed it out, and we brushed it out into the snow because it was winter at that time.
And what did they use to ultimately get the bat out in Tommy Boy?
They took a broom and 2 brooms and a
Great
sheet.
story. I've seen this one before.
Yeah.
Simpsons did it. Simpsons did it.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. All right, boys. I think it's that time to take our break and get some food going here. This week we're going to review some Italian subs. We got Jimmy John's, Jersey Mike's, Subway, and a couple local staples. We have Buscemi's and Ventimiglia's. So we're going to get to that here in just a moment. We're going to take our smoke break. We'll be back with you in just a hot second.
You love food, right? If you like food, big opinions, and crazy dudes with even bigger appetites, you're invited to be part of the family on Monday Night Meat and Potatoes. Join James, Fridge, and Tommy as they blind taste test the best and worst colas, barbecue sauce, peanut butters, everything, right down to those weird pickle-flavored snacks you see at the store, but you never buy because we rank them, we review them, and we have a blast. And it's not just food. We talk movies, sports, personal stories, and whatever other madness is going on in the world. One thing's for sure, it's loud, fun, and funny. Come hang with us on Monday Night Meat and Potatoes. Find the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube, iHeartRadio, and Podbean.
All right. So we took a break. We got our subs cut up. We got some tea going for you guys. We're going to compare my favorite brand of raspberry iced tea, which is Joe Tea. I love all their flavors and brands. We're going to peg that up against Arizona, the tried and true classic. Peg. You know, do you not like being pegged?
No.
Have you ever had it? How do you know you don't like it? There we are. We're talking food and fucking again.
At least it's not fruit.
Well, if you're getting pegged, you might be a fruit.
Not necessarily.
No, there's nothing gay you can do with a woman. I'll stand by that. Okay. All right, so we're going to compare these 5 subs. Like I said, 2 local staples, Ventimiglia's and Buscemi's. Then we're going to peg them up against. There you go again.
Peg them up against.
We're going to put them up against Subway, Jersey Mike's, and Jimmy John's. We're starting with Subway. Dan here has a vendetta against Subway, so I'm very curious about what he thinks about this one. So let's start there. Dan, what do you think about your Subway?
Average, maybe a little below average. What's the grading criteria?
Through 10.
Through 10?
Whatever one could all the way through is.
I'll give it a 4. Just ho hum, not a ton of flavor. Bread is basic, nothing added, nothing taken away. 4.
Thomas?
It's just this Italian sub. I mean, I could have got that at a gas station, or a 7-Eleven wrapped in a cellophane. Nothing special.
Slightly less condensation on it than the 7-Eleven one.
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, middle of the road. You gave it a 4. I would say I'll give it a 5 just because it's middle of the road. Yeah, nothing special. Good. I mean, nothing crazy.
You know, I can't do 7-Eleven. I like a lot of 7-Eleven foods, and believe it or not, in like Japan, they're like a staple for like good, fast, on-the-road, convenient food.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Not in the States.
As Fridge is chewing, I don't dislike it. I don't like the Italian dressing on it. That's my biggest problem.
Yeah.
The provolone cheese comes out pretty strong on the Subway sub.
You got cheese on yours?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even taste it. Like, whether it was there or it wasn't.
And this is actually a double cheese Italian BMT.
That's terrible if it's double cheese.
So I don't know. Maybe they loaded it up incorrectly because they're sandwich artists, and maybe they wanted to take some liberties with their art. But I got a lot of cheese on mine.
Yeah.
That came through pretty robust on mine. The bread, I've always liked Subway bread. I get the Italian herbs and cheese personally. I don't dislike it as much as you guys. I also don't think it's great. I'm going with a 5.8.
Ooh, we're going with the points. Okay, yeah, okay.
Because he has to be
I
different.
didn't get any cheese, so you get a 7.
You're giving it a 7? Is that what you said?
Like
No,
Are we ranking them 1 through 10, or are we doing
Not 1 through 10. Give it
Oh.
a score.
On a
Score of 1 to 10.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
10 being good?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you're getting like a 3.
There we go.
3 there.
All right, where are we going with next, Mr. Dan?
Looks like that would be Jimmy John's.
Is it the hard bread?
It is.
Hard
is
bread.
the hard bread.
bread. Okay.
Yeah. So Jimmy John's has a tougher roll than most subs. Don't need to toast it for it to be. I don't know. You said it comes in frozen. I never knew that.
Yeah, the
Is
bread.
It says made fresh daily.
Is
Lies.
it frozen dough
bet it's
or is
made
it?
fresh.
It's frozen
Just the shiny
dough,
one?
and then
Yeah.
what they do is they take out the frozen dough and lay it out, and overnight, and then they stretch it, and let it proof overnight, and then they bake it in house.
So right off the bat, I'm noticing it looks like a mayo Italian rather than an Italian dressing. Or did they do like an
I
oil?
think it has both.
Do they do like an oil vinegar? Or you work there?
Yeah, it's red wine vinaigrette, and also oil.
So it's not a classic Italian per se. You know what I really like about Jimmy John's though, and I think they took them away a while, and then they
Free
brought 'em back.
smells?
Sprouts. I love the
The
sprouts.
alfalfa sprout.
So, because I work in the restaurant industry, those are a highly susceptible to causing foodborne illness. So instead of taking that risk and trying to mitigate it, it's a lot easier just to discontinue it.
I'm pissed off in the first bite. I took it from the side that wasn't cut all the way through, and all the meat and cheese shot out the other end.
Yeah.
I hate that. It's like got sliminess on both sides. I don't want to
So-
slimy because it's not. It's slick. But yeah, go ahead.
So, of all of my chain sub shops, Jimmy John's is my favorite.
Yeah.
I like the texture of the bread. I've become a bread snob. I did work for Panera for a while before they went, oh my God, terrible, like they are now.
And I worked for the company that made you guys' countdown timers.
So, being a bread snob, I like the firmness, I like the texture. There is some more flavor to the meat or the dressing in general. But still, it's still just an average. It's an above average sub. I give it a 7.
Okay, so what I'm going to say is I'm changing my ranking for the Subway, and I'm dropping that down to probably a 3 after eating the Jimmy John's, and I'm going to put this one at a 6. Having worked there, I know what's on there. They have the ham, they have capicola, they have salami, they have provolone cheese, the lettuce, tomato, oregano, the mayo.
Okay, you remember the menu. Thank you.
No, I'm just saying. I'm letting you know
Thanks,
what's on
Rain
it.
Man.
Wanders on at 5. 27 toothpicks.
So, better ingredients to me. At least it tastes like that, and I do like the bread. And now you can get them toasted as of like last month, if you so choose, because that was a big thing when I worked there. I want them toasted. Now you can toast them if you'd like. So I would rate that a 6. Better
So-
than average.
The reason this one's going to edge out the Subway for me, again, the cheese came out really strong for me. The meats, again, they're pretty flavorless for a cold cut. The
I
thing
thought it
that
had good flavor.
the thing that set this apart for me is the veggies had flavor. I could taste the onion. You know, the lettuce even had some flavor
onion.
to it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give it a slight edge. I'm going to give it a half a point bump versus the Subway. So I'm going with the 6.3. Slightly better, but
Okay.
still not good. I don't like the bread at Jimmy John's, personally.
Okay.
I think the bread's got a good flavor. I'm going 6.6.
6.66?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Carried the
It's an evil sub.
6.6.
All right, so it edged out, it pegged out.
Edged.
It brought Subway down to a losing spot so far. What are we going with next?
Is that
would
cut all the way
be-
through?
Yes.
That looks like
That
a
would
Jersey.
be Jersey
It's
Mike's.
Jersey Mike's, yeah, definitely.
Jersey Mike's is next. So we're going to do our 3 national chains first. I don't think I've ever had Jersey Mike's. I might have. I might just not remember. I'm not a big sub person in the first place. I know my fiance and her kids love subs. So they get them pretty consistently. So I don't know where she orders them from sometimes. I typically go with a meatball sub. You know, that's my thing. If I'm not getting a meatball sub, I love like a chicken Philly, which is not really a Philly, but I love them. And I do love sub chains, and I think Jersey Mike's is one of them that does the pepper relish. They used to have one called Lenny's at 12 and Mound, and they had the best hot pepper relish I've ever had in my life. I'm sad that they closed. But anyway, on to the ranking. Dan, how you thinking about the Jersey Mike's?
Really good. Flavor is there. The oil, vinegar, and oregano you can definitely taste. I think there might be too much. The bread's a little soggy. But that is one of their signature things. They call it Mike's Way.
Give it some credit, though, that they've been sitting for an hour and a half.
No, absolutely.
I went Mike's Way with that because I figured that is
Basic.
the basic way. Yes.
Yeah. No, 100%. I like the texture. I like the firmness of the bread that's not soaked. And I overall I like the flavor. I don't like the bread as much as I like the Jimmy John's bread. So give the Jimmy John's a 7. So 6.9 giggity. It's right there.
Man, Goggins,
I don't
me and
give
you
it
are like
that
on the
much
same
credit.
wavelength because
like 5-7 maybe.
because I feel like I taste the Capicola in the Jimmy John's. I taste that meat more. There was a lot more flavor with the oregano and the juice, whatever the Mike's Way they have on this one. The bread is soggy, but I'm not really going to kill them on that because it had been sitting. Had I just got it home, opened it up, I probably wouldn't have got that sogginess of the bread. I prefer the bread from Jimmy John's a lot more. I gave Jimmy John's a 6, so I'm going to just knock them a little bit and give them a 5.8. But I'm not mad at I'm not mad at what I ate.
No, not mad at Jersey. 5-7. It's a solid sub. Like
I definitely get the back end, a lot of oregano in the back end when you swallow and let it fester. It's the best one I've had yet, but only slightly again. So I gave a 6.3 to Jimmy John's. I'm giving a 6.5 to this one.
Okay.
And again, I'm not trying to knock it for being soggy on the bread, but it soaked in quite a bit. Maybe they could do by putting it more on the meat than the bread, because I think they sprinkle it right on the bread.
They do.
So it looks like next we're going Ventimiglia's, which is
the lighter one.
Which it looks like. So if you're local to Metro Detroit, Ventimiglia's is raved and reviewed as the best Italian sub you can get. They've been around for decades, and they have a cute little Italian mart with a bakery and a drink section and a pasta and a soup and meats, cold cuts, salad bar. It's great. It's at 15 in Dodge Park in Sterling Heights. So definitely check them out, even if you aren't a sandwich fan. Hopefully we review the sandwich well after I give them rave reviews about their mart. But they've been a staple forever. So let's see how we feel about this. Dan, how do you think?
Outstanding. The bread, you can smell it was made today. Whether they make it themselves or they get it from a local bakery.
They do make it themselves.
Okay.
They actually, you can buy it packaged.
Yeah, you can smell the bread. It appears that it's an Italian spice spread of some sort on the bottom.
Yeah. With
Okay.
that oil.
Yeah. Very, very good. I could taste every flavor of meat that is on this.
Okay. Bread's nice and soft.
The bread is soft. Again, that's actually, I like a firmer bread. But very good. 8.5.
For you, Dan, so I did this a little bit selfish. I got the soft roll. You can actually get a hard roll or soft roll from them. I got the soft just because of my tooth.
Respect.
So you can get the hard roll from them, so the hard Italian kind of baguette. So they do have that for your option.
Okay. If it was on that, I'd be willing to probably run it up to a 9 easily.
Thank you for not saying 10 like a fucking chocolate Hostess donut.
Yeah, that's just a bad opinion.
I'm never going to live that down.
No. You said it was a perfect food.
I'm going 8.8.
I've noticed one thing here that's really funny is I'm taking 1 or 2 bites of everything. Y'all are finishing your subs.
You're hungry.
I am not
Good.
Okay, so good.
I started finishing my sub, and then I can start feeling it.
Right.
It's a good part for me to update you guys on the Wegovy stomach glutide shit because I'm on it. And I try to update every week. this is part of it. I'm full already. I'm down almost 30 pounds in 6.5 weeks. And I've done the up dose for 2. This is my second week now. So it's working incredibly. I have not eaten since yesterday. And this is my first time eating today. And I'm already full. So,
Like, I'm not morbidly obese, but I'm so tempted to try because I've been at the same weight forever.
yeah, no, you've been the same size as I've known you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't up down. I literally stay, but I can't get, and I don't want to change my lifestyle. I'm selfish in that respect. I like the way I am.
I'm eating exactly what I want when I want it. Yeah. I just can't eat as much of it. So, anyway, Ventimiglia's. I agree with you that you can taste every meat on there. You can taste the cheese. You can taste the veggies, the tomato. Everything's fresh. I'm giving that an 8.5. That is that coming from someone who doesn't really do Italian subs. That is a great Italian sub. Yeah.
I don't taste like any Italian sauce or juice on it. I like that. That's my only knock. But man, is that freaking outstanding.
I think it's more of like a vinegar oil type thing. So it's not very flavorful. It's just to enhance your meats.
Yeah, but I don't know. That's stinking awesome. I'm gonna go 9.0. That is the best that I've tasted in a while, if not. Yeah, I can't. I am at a loss for words because that's really good, and I'm so stinking good.
But you weren't at a loss for words over a Hostess chocolate donut, which was a 10.
It's perfect.
It didn't take his breath
Tommy.
away. Before you guys get into this last one, which is Bushimi's, there's Italian dressing in front of you. It comes on the side. They don't put it on. So add the Italian dressing.
That's an automatic -2 because.
Well, so here's the thing.
I'm not trying to buy a kit.
So
Build your own
bought
sandwich.
a fucking
I think
sandwich.
Bill Burr did the skit where he's like, I paid you to make the sandwich. Make me the fucking sandwich.
Right.
Anyway, Bushimi's, you can order a fresh sub, but they make them daily. They wrap them in cellophane. They put them in their cooler. So this probably was made yesterday night, I would guess, or this morning. So these are pre-wrapped, and the Italian dressing comes on a side.
It's so disappointing.
You know what, though? People rave about them. So
Just looking at it, not anything else. Just looking at it.
It looks plain.
It's got 2 slices of meat on it.
It is very skimpy.
It's boring.
Price-wise, though, for a foot long, it was $7. So
For a foot long?
yeah.
Well, that's a good price then. Because for that Mike's, it was like 11, and like I said, it was 10 for the 8-inch of. I got some pepper.
Yeah,
Not mild pepper. I'm
they
like
put
actually
pepperoncinis
black.
on it.
I'm getting like black pepper.
So price-wise, Ventimiglia's is the most expensive. I think it was about $13.
Worth it.
Yeah, I agree so far. This one is doing something that none of the others do, though. That they have the mild Italian peppers or the pepperoncinis or whatever you want to call it. I love those personally.
Same.
Yeah.
They also have white onion. On an Italian sub, I think I prefer red onion personally.
Where am I at with this? I like the pepper.
The bread's good too. Mm-hmm. So, since everyone's enjoying this,
Yeah.
I'm with Tommy. I'm enjoying it to the point of I don't know. It's a hard one.
if they put more meats, this would be up there with Ventimiglia's.
It's a lot of bread
And
and a lot of pepper taste, but am I getting a lot of... Yeah.
I really like their Italian dressing, though.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I do.
Nope.
This is probably the second favorite for me out of the 5. I'm gonna go with a solid 7 here. They could do better. The flavors are good. They need to put more meats on it.
Yeah. It needs to be a little more hearty for me.
I'm gonna put it right. I'm gonna put it right there with Jimmy John's. Honestly, with the 7, it's good. It does not have a lot of meat on it, but the flavor is good. So,
There's more flavored dressing than anything else. I like 7.2.
you had the option to put your own dressing on it, so if you put too much,
But no, I'm
that's a
saying
you
like
problem.
like the dressing is the only thing that.
See, and I'm a
Yeah.
condiment guy, so I don't mind that.
Yeah.
It was good. Would I get it if I'm on the run grabbing a liquor from Bushimi's?
Yes.
if
Grab
I'm
a sub.
going-
Yeah.
Going for a little
I'm-
trip, I want to take a
I'm
little
not going to
sandwich.
purposely go out of my way to get a Bushimi sub.
Nope.
No.
But they also make party subs, and they're one of the best priced party subs around. I do that. So you can get a 3-foot sub for like $35-$40. Great deal.
I mean, that's when you go quantity over quality.
Yeah. And it's still,
Just
it's still
like a
not
buffet.
bad quality either.
Yeah.
So,
I'm going to give it a 7.5. I'm going to edge it over Jimmy John's on
Edge.
because of the value. It was still good, but you said it was how much for a foot long?
from Bushimi's?
Yeah.
$7.
Yeah, for the value. Yeah. I'll edge it. Why did I make eye contact with you when I said it too?
I don't know. Why did you? Making it weird,
Jesus
Tommy.
Christ.
Tommy's blushing.
Yeah. But definitely Ventimiglia's. Is that how you say it?
Ventimiglia's, yeah.
Yeah, was by far.
The best one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's worth every Raven review they give around here.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to wash it down with some iced tea. We got raspberry flavor. Starting with Arizona. I grew up on raspberry Arizona iced tea. That was my go-to drink when my mom stopped at the gas station. Can you grab me a raspberry iced tea? Don't die there.
So this is Arizona, you said?
So this is Arizona to start with. One of the things I'm going to commend Arizona about, and it's only recently started seeing an increase, but if it's marked 99 cents on the can, they legally are not supposed to sell it. Not legally, but by policy. And if you report them to Arizona, they will stop selling them their product. But 99 cents a can for 30 plus years, I commend them for that. So you can still get a 23-ounce can of Arizona iced tea for $1. I think Ventimiglia's charge more. I didn't look at the can if it had the 99 cents on it. If it didn't have the 99 cents, they can make their own price technically. Now, as for flavor, it's okay. I don't remember it being this bland. I don't really get a very
It's flat.
robust raspberry flavor. It's okay. I drink it. It's kind of going that LaCroix style where it's like raspberries were made next to the Arizona iced tea and it got a little flavor enhancement. I'll give it a 6.5.
So, I am a plain Jane. I like black unsweetened tea.
Yep, we all do. I think. I don't know, Tommy.
Couple
Do you like
squeezes of
black
lemon.
tea? Just plain black sweetened tea. Maybe a little honey.
If it's sweetened, yes.
I like
Don't
myself a
do any
plain.
sweetener. I don't do any sweetener, but
Becca's all about the unsweet.
Yeah, like
Ugh.
couple squeezes of lemon.
See,
So flavored, this is good, but it's too syrupy. Like it's not a brewed.
It's a thick tea.
Yeah, it's not a
syrupy with a Y.
Syrup.
Are you a syrup person?
No,
syrupy.
Oh, made
know,
up word.
Christmas
Fuck
Eve.
yes. Yeah.
It's
So it's
describe it.
soupy. Is that a made up word too? Soup
I took a shit earlier and it was soupy.
No, it's ropey. It's ropey. That's a callback from Kevin Smith, his stand up.
Ropey is more like your ejaculation.
No.
9 ropes, 10 ropes.
No.
Peter North ropes.
No. Anyway, syrupy.
So Peter North is a porn star that when he grew up he was fucking fruits. Like a raspberry.
No. But no. 4.
So slightly dislike.
5. Doesn't do anything for me.
It's a middle of the road for me.
Yeah.
Like 5.
Now let's go with my favorite brand, Joe Tea. So this one, I like their peach tea a lot from Joe Tea. They have a lemonade tea. They have a pure lemonade. They have every flavor you could really imagine. This is absolutely my favorite tea. So
By the way, callback. You mentioned
Hostess-
Chick-fil-A.
Hostess are not 10.
You mentioned the Chick-fil-A Arnold Palmer. I got one about a week ago.
They're sweet. They're very sweet.
Don't you mean Harlow Palmer?
Yeah, it was
Arnold Palmer.
I'm taking the rest of this because fuck you guys.
That's fine.
Yeah, that was delicious.
So this one you can tell is a brewed tea.
It's a real tea.
Yes.
Because
It's
you're the
not-
tea forward.
Yes.
Wow.
It's a night and day difference here.
Oh yeah.
Like Arizona does not have a fucking chance here. I'm changing
Now,
my Arizona.
price point, $1 and
I was gonna say
$3.29.
These are like $2.50 on your average store. I bought it from a small Italian mart, so
Okay.
they're gonna up it a little bit. These are about $2 to $2.50 on an average day, so about double the price. Let's just call it double. But it is leaps and bounds better.
But the same ounces, because
This is a 20 ounce.
Oh,
So
okay.
you're, 23 versus 20.
But I would drink this any day of the week.
Yeah. I do want to see the bottle back, just to look at ingredients.
Okay, hold on.
Man,
Chugger is chugging.
It is. I should have bought an extra one just to have it because God, I love those things. So, like we said, that is a very tea forward with a. You can tell it's natural raspberry flavor too. I'm giving that. I'm redoing my Arizona now that I've had these back to back. My Arizona goes down to a 5, and this is a 9.
yeah, this is really good.
Yeah.
The raspberry in it, and yeah, I'm gonna 5 and 9. Yeah,
I would totally, again, not liking flavored teas. I would still give this a 7. It's good. It's really good. I would definitely take this over anything Arizona will brew.
And they
or
do.
not.
They do have your plain sweetened tea, and as well as I think, as you said, you like lemon. They have one that's called Hint of Lemon.
Okay.
So it's like pre-made how you like it. So they have like 15 different categories of Joe tea.
So I came across this product.
Becca would like that brand.
Because I like lemon in my tea. I drink tea at home. I have a gallon of it. I brew it. But I don't like keeping fresh produce in the house. Called True. They come in packets just like a sugar. They're crystallized lemon juice. And 1 packet equals 1 lemon. So I do my tumbler, about 32-ounce tumbler, with 2 of those packets, and it's shelf stable. And I love it.
You know, speaking of drinks and things, you know what I fucking love, and it's carnival season coming up. Those Carney lemonades, where it's just a pound of sugar with water, water and lemon.
Yeah,
That's all it is, and I fucking love them. And they always come in that weird white and green plastic cup with a pink straw that when you put it up in it, fucking love those things.
You can blow into that straw and it whistles.
Yes.
Yes.
Or you can spin it like those old, yeah. Love it. All right, so there you have it, everyone. Ventimiglio's and Joe T. You can get them both at the same location there, 15 in Dodge Park in Sterling Heights. Go ahead and get those as your combination if you like that combination. Why are you touching my
That
knee?
just became weird. Tommy just quietly grabbed
A kneecap.
a
I
kneecap.
don't know what's. Did I forget something or?
Or you
no,
are.
that sub was just good.
Wow.
He's having an experience.
We're gonna put some Hostess donuts on your sub.
He'll grab more than that.
Will it become a 19 then? Anyway. All right, Dan, thank you so much for coming on. I hope you had fun. I hope to
was
see you
fun.
again in the future.
I guess we'll invite you back.
I appreciate that.
We're not going to invite Tommy back if he rates any fucking donuts at 10 again.
No,
Just don't bring donuts.
We're a Fat Man Food Show. What are you donuts
we
are
need to
coming
do the
back.
Sprite challenge, by the way.
I wanted to do it this week, and yeah, we should.
Explain this one to me.
You chug a
didn't hear
20
the-
ounce
Chug a
Sprite
20,
and see if
yeah.
you can get away without burping.
I'm gonna go with no. Thanks.
I
You
can
guys
do
can
it.
do it. Good chugger.
Thanks.
You just got to do the. Is it within a minute? You got to take the 20 ounce within a minute
I'm going to
and see
take
if
it
you
down
can't
in
burp.
one fell swoop.
Well,
I'm no
yeah.
pussy.
I know. I'm just saying for those people.
I am what I eat. That's why I'm so fat. Your mama's pussy has calories.
Wow. I'm not going anywhere.
She's not going to hear this.
Oh, I know.
Actually, I'll tag you in and she might listen to this podcast.
Great. Because if it's on Facebook, she'll
Hail
be on
Mary,
it.
Jesus, love, whatever, all that stuff. I'm giving the good things. That's what
Nothing.
Your parents are religious, and I respect that. We've had our long talks.
We have.
I am very anti that,
Yes.
but I'm respectful
Yeah.
to a point. To a point. To a point. All right. Thanks so much for listening on Monday Night Meat and Potatoes. I'm James. You have Tommy Fridge and Dan here this week. Say goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
This has been Monday Night Meat and Potatoes. We have big opinions and even bigger appetites. Everyone loves food, but not like us. And everyone has an opinion, but not like us. Look, it's three foodies sitting around talking food, movies, sports, personal stories, and whatever the hell else we want to talk about. And we have fun. We hope you did too. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. We'll be back soon, but in the meantime, hit us up on Facebook and Instagram at Monday Night Meat and Potatoes, on X and TikTok at Monday Night MP. See you next time on Monday Night Meat and Potatoes.